We're making la soupe au pistou. This is a vegetable soup. It is so simple to make, and every time I have it, I can't believe how delicious it is. It is so good. And it's made with only delicious, wholesome ingredients, fresh. What I've got going on here is I'm boiling up a little bit of vegetable broth, and you can use low sodium vegetable broth from the store, or we have a recipe for vegetable broth on our website at responsibleeatingandliving.com. I've got enough in here just to coat the pan, about a ½ inch, and I've got it at a boil. And what I'm going to do is cook the two vegetables that take a little bit longer to cook, the carrots. And I always use carrots, but sometimes, especially in autumn around Thanksgiving, you can use any orange squash instead. And leeks. I love leeks. And the thing you have to be careful about leeks, they're really delicious. They're just as tasty as onions, but they have a sweeter taste. What I like to do with them, you have to be careful that they're clean. So I like to cut off the really top fibrous tip, the extra dark green portion, but I like to use a lot of the green part of the leek, and wash them really well, and then split them open along the length. Open them up and see if there's any little bits of soil inside. You don't want to get that in your soup. And you can rinse them out really well and then chop them. Now the nice thing about this soup is you don't have to go to any trouble to cut anything really in a particular way. All coarse chopped because we're going to cook it down and puree it. And now I just add the rest of the ingredients. It's really very simple. I'm going to add the turnips and parsley and the stock. And you can use water instead of stock. Stock gives it a little more flavor. So I'll let this cook on medium-high until the turnips soften up, and then we'll be able to puree it. Very good. Okay. I've been cooking all of the ingredients together, and now the turnips are nice and soft. Let's just check that out. Yeah. And the leeks are cooked, and the carrots. So now what I'm going to do is puree it and make it a nice creamy soup. You could always leave it just like this if you like a chunky version, but I think this particular mix is so nice, smooth and blended, and then later on we'll add some soy milk. Now what I like to use is one of these hand mixers, and they work really well because you want to blend the hot soup, and it's so much easier to leave the hot soup in the pot. You could use a blender. It's probably best if you let the soup cool down a little bit before putting it in the blender, because it could be a little dangerous. You don't want to get hot soup all over you. So here we go. Okay, that looks good. Okay, the last thing is to add some soy milk. I'm using unsweetened soy milk. You can use any non-dairy milk you like, just make sure it's unsweetened. There are so many great non-dairy milks out on the market, and I personally like the soy with water. It's very minimally processed. It doesn't have any extra ingredients, just soy and water. It works so well for so many different things. Okay, how about a little taste? That's good soup. This soup is perfect for a light dinner with a salad and a crusty bread, or for a big Thanksgiving meal. This is a great first course. And we like to add our Pistou, which is a basil garlic mixture in a little olive oil drizzled into the bowl with a little green swirl. It's beautiful.